First off, I'd like to congratulate Coach Smith. Men's cross country team won the national championship today, and I think that's a great accomplishment, and I know he's done a tremendous job here. I want to congratulate him. And secondly, from what I understand, that John Rohde's doing better health-wise, and I'm glad that John's doing better. Hey, John had a tough night on Thursday night, and I went and saw him in the hospital Friday night, I believe, and told him I didn't know he loved OSU so much, took that game so serious. But I'm glad that John's doing better. Obviously, it's Bedlam week. It's a very exciting time in the state. I know that our players are looking forward to preparation this week and getting ready for a game on Saturday. We gave them the weekend off, and they've reported back in today, and we're on normal schedule. In fact, I've got a team meeting that starts at 1:45, so I'm getting cut a little bit short today. But because we were off over the weekend, we're on a normal schedule today instead of practicing at night. And looking forward to preparation and playing a good football team. I know that the question that's come up just out here in the lobby before I've come in is the difference this year between their other teams, and I can't speak for their coaches or their players. Obviously, they have to make those comments on their own. So I'm not gonna get into that part of it. But defensively, they're very fast and they tackle well and they can put pressure on you. And obviously, 93 is a big time player, and 44 is a very good player, and 20 is a good tackler, and those corners on the edge out there, they make a lot of plays. And so, when you watch them on tape, I think offensively you have to have a really, really good plan. They're going to blitz a lot, a lot of pressure, zone pressure is what they've done, and I would expect for them to do a lot of blitzing. It's what they like to do from what it looks like on tape. But they still run to the ball very well and make plays on defense. And offensively, obviously they had a quarterback change everybody's aware of. It's made them a little bit it's changed them somewhat, I guess the best way to put it. But two good running backs, guys that can make you miss and make plays. And Broyles makes plays on the perimeter. It should be very interesting. I think special teams will be very important. Got to be sound in special teams and find a way to make plays there. Got to take care of the football and eliminate big plays on defense. Tackle in space, and essentially is what the game comes down to. So, as I said, our players and coaches are very excited and looking forward to the preparation this week.
Mike, what's the update on Zach? I guess you said you expect him to maybe practice this evening.
Zach should be practicing. I was told today that he'll be out there and ready to go.
Does that mean you expect him to play Saturday?
Yes.
Start?
Yes.
Play the whole game?
What, for us that weren't here, why did you not go to Wheaton earlier in the game?
We felt like that Alex Cate was the next best guy. He's been here longer and understands the system and had practiced well. And we felt like that he deserved the opportunity because he was better in practice over the last couple of years than Brandon was. And we have 120 guys on the team, and not all of them get to play in every game. There's young players that continue to practice over the years, and when their opportunity comes up, they deserve the chance to play in the game. And at that particular time, we felt like that he was the second best guy. You're never sure how a young man's going to react when he gets into a game situation. And there were some things that went south on him that weren't his fault early, but he didn't throw the ball very well, and then some of those things didn't work out very well, so the accumulation of all of that forced us to make a change at halftime and try to bring Brandon in for a spark.
Is Brandon one of those guys that performs better when the lights are on, or do you believe in it?
Well, that question was asked to me, and I'm not sure that I believe in it, but I'm not sure that I don't believe in it. I've been around a few players that didn't practice as well as you'd want them to, and they played a little bit better on game day. At this level, I would think that he would need to continue to prepare and work hard in practice and execute so we have confidence that it'll happen on game day. I think the best ones at this level and beyond are guys that practice very well and they study the game, and he's gotten much, much better at that over the last 12 months.
Mike, obviously.
Yeah, he's gotten considerably better and focused more. And I said the other day that you would like to think that if you had a little taste of success, you'd really dive into it and work hard and prepare and try to make yourself that much more better to help your team.
His status being 26 years old, and I mean, does that play into the fact he's been a pro athlete? Did you see, for instance, anything like that in Vernon Morency over the course of time, or was he always tuned in?
I think most of your strength conditioning trainers, people out there in the medical field will tell you that, the male body develops all the way up till about 28 years old, and so I think that's an advantage for him. And then secondly, he's been out there in the real world. I think his demeanor, all the situations that he's come across out there have helped him make the adjustment to this level, and he played with some poise the other night, which was good. And I would say that being older contributed to that.
Do you expect Quinn Sharp to be kicking off?
Yes.
And as far as your kick coverage, what's kind of the deal with that? Is that having to do a little bit of injuries? Or
Well, our kick coverage has changed throughout the year, and one thing we mentioned, I guess it's been 7-8 weeks ago, is when you have some injuries, it really affects your special teams. Guys like Vic and Kai Staley and Ori, and when Coop was down, when Bryant Ward was hurt, so on and so forth. Markel, Sexton, those guys all play on special teams, and then so when they're beat up a little bit, then you have to replace them in those areas. So we've had to do some work in those areas. The other night we had a letdown, but the other kickoffs we were okay, and so we're going to make a few adjustments there. But it certainly helps when Quinn's kicking off.
Because I was told that Booker volunteered to get on the kick coverage team.
That's correct. He came up to Coach DeForest a week or so ago, and I wish he would have known that he could have done that 8 weeks ago, and volunteered to be on there. And obviously Booker made a couple plays for us.
Mike, this senior class has been a part of 4 straight winning seasons, 4 bowl games, one of the winningest. Where do they rank as far as just kind of all-time groups in the program?
They rank very high with me personally because of the way that they've carried themselves on and off the field. They've been very resilient, and they have a good relationship amongst each other. It's important that, in our opinion, it's important that a team cares about each other, and I think they enjoy practicing. They enjoy playing in games, and they've handled a number of situations throughout their career very well, and so they're on track to graduate. Some of them have already graduated, and that's really what you're looking for in a coach. You want guys, young men, to come in here. You want to take them from where they are and make them better, and then put them out there in the real world and give them a chance to come back and be productive in society. And they've won some games along the way, which is very good.
Well, they also have never beaten OU, never been to a BCS game. Chance to do maybe both of that this weekend. Do you think that's something that this senior class will really motivate them?
I would think it would. That question came up this morning on the Big 12 call, but we really stress that every week you have an opportunity to play a game, and you get a chance to play 14 of them, and then if you don't play in a championship game, you only get to play 13 of them. And so no matter who you're playing, you need to prepare well, and you need to go out there on Saturday and give it everything you have. I think that's really important, and there's always a talk about some games being bigger than other. I would never want to downplay a Bedlam game, but this is a big game for us. But, and I've said this a bunch, it was big when we played Rice and everybody else if you don't win it. So they're all big games to us, and the importance is the preparation and the guys going and playing hard and giving great effort.
Mike, you were asked Friday about maintaining that balance in the offense, which over the last several years with Zach has been pretty incredible how balanced it's been. How important is it in this particular game to be balanced in your offense to have success against their defense?
Every game it's important for us to be balanced, and Oklahoma knows that we're going to try to be balanced. They're going to, as I said, in my opinion, they're going to blitz and try to stop the run. And so we have to find ways to run the football and then throw the football down the field and run our system. There's not really any secret to what's out there. I mean, it's our balance, it's our misdirection, it's play pass, it's the speed of the game, it's run the football, it's drop back pass, and try to tie all that in together and move forward and get into a rhythm. And that's really what we like to do. And each week we put together a game plan that we think gives us the best opportunity to do that, and then ask the players to play hard. And then as a coach, you just hope it works on Saturday.
What about their defense makes that harder? Is it the front or?
Well, I think the
overall
strength,
athleticism?
the strength of their defense is their inside game. I mean, you're talking about potential first-round picks and top 5 picks maybe even higher than that. And then, they get good edge pressure coming from the outside, and linebackers run well side to side, safeties tackle. I mean, they really haven't changed athletically, and from a speed and a tackling standpoint over a number of years. I mean, for me to sit up here and say all of a sudden that they, can't play defense would be crazy. I mean, they're very good on defense. And so as a coaching staff, you have to work even harder. And then as a player, you have to work even harder to have a good feel for your game plan in order to find a way to attack, move the ball, and score points.